What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Bricks and Toys. And in today's episode, Speed Champions. And boy, we have a wave of 6 to go over for the new year already. Usually we get around 6 in March, and then we get a few more later in August. We always kick off the year with definitely one or two, but man, I feel like we're not going to get a wave in March because we got them all right now. If you guys are long-term watchers of the channel, you guys will know one of my proudest flexes in my Lego collection is the fact that over here to my left, or your right, or however the camera orientation works it out, I own every single Speed Champions car from 2019 all the way until now. And I guess even so, in the boxes is even the new ones, and they will soon be out here on display. It's just something that I really like to do. I like the tiny little cars. I love the tiny little details, and I just like to keep it going. It's just that fun. So with today, I do have some good news and I have some bad news. Number one, we're building Lego Speed Champions. That's the good news. The bad news in today's video is the Time Machine and the Lightning McQueen is on the second half of the video, which is kind of like, damn, this is only a part one of a two-part series. For part one, we have the set numbers of 77252, 77253, and 77254. And then on the part two, we'll have 77255, 77256, and 77257 to wrap it all up. Two of those being Lightning McQueen and the Time Machine. Introducing these sets, I am going to mention 77527, which is the McLaren W1. Now, that set, I'll talk more about it in its video, but that is the new Halo car from McLaren. And we have it in Speed Champions, but what I find interesting with these sets is here we have the Ferrari SF90 XX Stradale, not the new Ferrari F80, I believe that is Ferrari's Halo car. So out of all of the new Speed Champions, we only have one Halo car, two movie cars, two random hypercars, and a F1 car. What a mixed bag of treats this is. So starting off with our introduction of these sets is going to be the Ferrari, because I'm already holding it. So this is like a 2020 Ferrari plug-in hypercar type hybrid situation. This set does come with 339 pieces. The set looks actually really good, and it's in Ferrari red, of course. On the box, the set looks to be going at a nice rate of speed among some trees, indicating that likely this is not really a track car, but it can be a track car, but it also could be a public car because that could be a public road. But that's just me over analyzing the box. On the top of the box, we got the set at a standstill, so no more moving motion blurs. And we can see on the side profile, we actually have some really cool new wheel elements included with this set. On the side of the box, we just have our country of origin. And on this side, we just have another shot in the do not eat it of the car. And on the very bottom of the box, we can see our Legal Eagles barcode, lego.com, recycling information, and all of that. But then moving to the back of the box, we got a picture of the actual car. Then we have a front shot of the set. And then we have a back shot of the set with all the Ferrari and Lego logos. Then our next car that we're going to build is going to be another Bugatti. We just did the other Bugatti, the white one, the Sino DC, or however you say it, like back in August, I believe. And here we are a few months later already with another Bugatti. Now, this one is a interesting Bugatti because this Bugatti is going to be 11 years old as of 2026. There's only one of these in existence, but this is set number 77253, the Bugatti Vision Gran Turismo. And as we can see, going over this box art, this set is on a racing track because this is a track use only car. And the set is in that Bugatti blue of light and dark and looks incredible. On this side of the box, we can see a shot of the car looking down upon it. On this side of the box, we got our country of origin, our do not eat it. On our very top of the box, we got another side profile of the car. And we can see that we're going to have some special printed tires. And I'm pretty sure that's a common wheel element that we've already gotten in our last batch of Speed Champions. And then on the bottom of our box, we're going to have our recycling information, Lego.com information, Legal Eagles barcode, and all of that good stuff. Moving over to the back of the box, we have a back shot of the Vision, which looks just incredible. The actual car kind of looks like a mix of the original Veyron with the Chiron Bugatti, maybe a little bit of the Sino DC mixed in there. I mean, honestly, Bugattis generally all have the same shape at this point. It's kind of what makes them special. But anyway, we have a back shot of the car. We have the actual car as it is in the video game Gran Turismo. And then we actually have a top-down view of the car. And among other things, besides the Lego logos, we actually have the Bugatti logos on the box. And then our last set we are reviewing today is another F1 car. You know, I love F1, but come on now. We need a break from F1 Lego. Like, 2026, let's dial it back a little bit. We don't need another 10 cars or whatever. That was crazy last year, don't get me wrong, but man, chill out. But we got one more, and that's going to be from the F1 movie, and it's going to be set number 77252, the APX GP Team Race Car with 268 pieces. It looks like our normal F1 car. Of course, it's on a racing track. It's sporting the colors black and, of course, that gold. It does have F1 branding on the box, but if you look a little bit closer, it says the movie under the F1 branding logo. So that signifies that it's the movie if we didn't already know. Looking at the side of the box, we have our country of origin and our do not eat it. On this side, we have the Lego and F1 logos. And then on the bottom of the box, we have the recycling information, barcode, Legal Eagles, all of that good stuff, Lego.com. And then on the very back of the box, we got two minifigures. We have Sonny and Joshua, which are the drivers of the APX GP team. And we have a back shot of the F1 car. And then we have three pictures, one of the movie car, one of the two different helmet designs of the driver, and then we have another top-down shot of the F1 car. And guys, that is the 3 Speed Champions we are building today. I hope you guys are excited for these. I kind of am. I think I'm more excited about the Ferrari and the Bugatti than I am the F1 car, but maybe that has a lot to do with the fact that I think in the last year and a half or two, we've built at least 11 F1 Speed Champions cars. Now let's crack open these boxes really quick and let's get through the unboxing of each of these. Let's start off with the 77252, the APX GP car. So we're going to have one punch tab, and that's going to lay us inside of the box. Let's go ahead and let's do our pour. And there it is. So with our set unboxed, we're going to see what I believe is to be about 4 bags. All plastic. We got 1 bag, 2 bag, 3 bag, and 4. We do have a side bag of the tires. We have some nice P0, looks like some hard tires to go with this set. And our chassis element is actually in the bag of the tires. So that's being kept nice and safe. Here's our instructions, and here is our sticker sheet. Our sticker sheet is looking about 27 stickers. I'm trying to see if there's any doubles quickly. Not seeing any really fast. Get you an up close look at our sticker sheet. We are always going to get stickers with Speed Champion sets. Going into the book, we have a picture of the actual F1 movie car with the Lego car, but we go right into the build by page number 6 with building our minifigures. And then going to the back of the book, our last page of the book is going to be page 104. But if we go on to the page 103, we can see that we can change out on step 98 the top of the car to the actual driver. So I guess that little ingot 1x2 tile has a print, and it just depends on which driver you choose to be into the car is what ingot tile you pick to put on the top of the vehicle. And that's going to be on page 102. So we have 102 building pages with 98 building steps. And that's our APX GP race car. Then we're going to move over to 77253, the Bugatti. Let's go ahead. Let's give you guys a look inside of that box. Tell me what you guys see. And then let's do our pour. There we are. There's our book. There's that. And here's another 4 bags, I believe. No, 5 bags with this one. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Our chassis element is off to the side. Then our sticker sheet is actually not too bad on the Bugatti. We're looking at about 18 stickers total. Looking really quickly for doubles, I do not see any. Let you guys get a good look at that sticker sheet. Nice. Then here we have our book, QR code, 20 points, just like with the other car. And we are going to have a 1-to-1 of the Lego car to the actual vehicle, just like we did with the other set we just talked about. And by page number 6, we are in it building our minifigure, and we're on our way. Our last page of the build is going to be 92, but our actually last building page is going to be number 90, and with 115 steps to get this one built. Not too bad. I'm actually liking the printed tires on this set. I think that looks really sharp. One of the things that keeps me coming back to Speed Champions throughout the years is the evolving level of miniature detail. I am kind of neurodivergent, so miniature detail is something that I really appreciate and I like to see. And lastly, we have 77254, the Ferrari. And opening that one up, get you guys the first look inside. Let's go ahead and let's do our pour. And there we have our pour. Very uneventful pours with Speed Champions cars. So we're going to have another bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, bag 4, and bag 5 to get this one done. And then we do have a chassis element floating around, loosey-goosey. And then we go into our sticker sheet. We have 7 stickers with this one total, making it the smallest sticker sheet out of all of them so far. So we kind of go from the largest to the medium to the smallest in that order. Then we go into our book. We have our QR code for our points. Probably a photo of the car with the Lego car. Exactly what we would expect. Page 6 goes right into the build with the minifigure. And then to the back of the book, on page 120 is the last image of the build. And then our last actual building page is on 118 on step 149. And that is our Ferrari SF90XX Stradale. So guys, I am going to take probably about a day to get this one done. I'm going to enjoy at least 1 or 2 of these builds. Probably 2. I love a nice red Ferrari. And well, for you guys, the review for all 3 is right here. Okay, now it's time to enter the review segment of the first 3 of 6 new Speed Champions cars. And I guess we have a good amount to talk about, but I guess we'll start off with the APX GP F1 car, because once you've built the Aston Martin from 1 or 2 years ago, and then the McLaren, and then 10 of them last March, you've kind of built them all. So this is, to me, easily the least exciting of the 3. So let's just start there with these minifigures. So let's start off with Sunny Hayes. Both of the bodies of these minifigures are identical, so they honestly could have just given us a different head and headpiece to choose from and save us 2 extra pieces. But we have printed front torso, printed back torso with all the sponsors, Apex, GP, all of that good stuff. No shoulder print, leg print, or any of that. We would not expect that. When it comes to the head of the minifigure, when you are rocking its hairpiece, as you see here, he does have some cool little sunglasses. But when you switch to helmet mode, you turn his head over to this expression and then slide over the helmet. So the helmet is personalized to the character. And there is some recognizable markings that we can tie in with the movie. And the helmet does have that dual molded visor built in. So then our next one's going to be Joshua Pierce. And just like with the other character, Sonny, he does have sunglasses to go with his hairpiece look. But you can remove the hair, switch over to the aggressive face, and then pair that with the dual molded helmet with his name on it, and all the familiar markings to his movie character. The outfit of the minifigure is exactly the same as the other one, but I do have him holding the silver metallic wrench that comes with the set. Now, taking a look at the F1 car, the build of it is pretty much identical to any other F1 car, minus a few changes here and there. The primary theme of this car is gold and black. It has all of the sponsors we recognize. The center here is a print with the nose. That is a sticker, sticker, and sticker. When we come over here to the sides, it's a sticker here, 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 all of this. This is printed, as well as half of this, but that's back to being a sticker. These both are prints. On the side of the wing here, sticker, sticker, the wheels are all printed. When it comes to the rear wing, again, stickers, print, and then the same thing just repeats over here with stickers and prints. Overall, it's not a bad car, but there's really not too much to go over it because I just feel like I've reviewed so many of these, and once we've seen the techniques, they're just copy and paste, and there's really nothing to write home about. Now, the only unique difference with this one is the piece right here above the driver's seat. This does come off and switches to one with a special pattern for the Joshua Pierce character. I am a little indifferent about this car. I do like the graphic designs all over it. I do like the black and gold, but it's not relative to a real team. It's just a Hollywood made F2 car to look like an F1 car in the actual movie. I don't know, guys. It just seems to just exist. So now let's roll over to the Bugatti and let's talk about its minifigure. So the interesting thing about the Bugatti, it does come with the normal silver wrench, but it also comes with an extra steering wheel element that's actually a game controller. Because I guess the big thing about the Bugatti is it is a video game made vehicle, and there's only one in existence. So I guess that's why they put it in there. The minifigure is rocking a Bugatti themed vest with front torso print and back torso print and nothing else. And the minifigure does have an option for a helmet, and it also has a secondary face once you remove the hair. You can switch to the secondary face and slap on that classic helmet and visor we're all familiar with. And now we're here with the Bugatti. And we actually have some interesting things to actually talk about with this car. Let's just get over the basic design, stickers, prints, all of that good stuff, and then we'll get into what I like about this Bugatti Vision. We do have the F1 style wheels, but these do have a side print on the side of the tire to match the vehicle. We do have these nice wheel covers. The wheel covers now only come in sets of one in the last bag, so we no longer get two different sets in a separate bag. Going over the side profile, all three elements on the side of the wing are stickers. The part above the wheel is a print. These pieces here and here are also prints with a sticker right there. Coming up here to the top, we have more prints. The windscreen is all printed. We do have another sticker right on the side. Coming around over here, we have two more stickers, boom and boom, with the lights actually printed with the front grille. Over here, we have the printed Michelin Man logo. And then coming over here, it's the same thing as I pointed out on the other side. We do have the taillight and the Bugatti badge on the back of it as a print. And then looking at the top of the car, we do have another sticker here and here, as well as up here. So that is your stickers with one more right there on the hood. I do like how there's accents of the light blue with the dark blue. I think that looks really nice. I like the building techniques that they used to make this nice rounded edge and give it some inside profile and layering. I think that looks really nice. It's all done with hinge mechanisms and all of that. Looking at the back of the vehicle, it's just a bunch of 1x elements. We have the exhaust pipes, the rear diffuser, and all of that looking really nice. Looking at the back of the engine cover here, again, a nice little pocketed area, grabled in just right. Looking at the front of the Bugatti, just perfect. There's really not too much to go over here. Everything is just textbook Speed Champions with this, but to get all of these special little angles and all of that, it's all done using hinges and 1x connections and all of that. To open it up and get a look at the interior, you remove the windscreen, and there is the little simple interior you do get with the set with mixed matching seats, and you can see a little bit of that hinge mechanism right there to get that really interesting design. And then lastly, we move over to our Ferrari and we begin with its minifigure. This one I'm going to start off with the helmet on. It's the classic style helmet. We don't have any shoulder print, leg print, or any of that good stuff. Just a front torso print that says Ferrari that looks to be a hoodie. And then removing the helmet, we can see the secondary face as well as the hairpiece that comes with the minifigure. Now taking a look at the actual car, this one we actually have some things to go over. Let's get prints and stickers out of the way, and then we'll get into all of the details. Starting off right here at the front of the vehicle, we have a sticker for the center hood piece. We have a black stripe along the front that is all printed. The headlights are printed elements. Coming over here, we got these fender vents, front and rear, also prints with the Ferrari logo. Coming back here, we have two more sticker elements. And then in the very back, we got the Ferrari logo. That is also a print. Then coming to this part of the back, there is no extra elements with color. And then everything over here is pretty much the same. Not a lot of stickers on this one at all. Just going over the side profile, we have the typical use of all the slopes and upside down elements and all of that to make the side of the vehicle. Nothing really new there, but right here above this L plate, we have a new element, well, new to me, and we can see that element used here, here, over on this side, and as well as on this side. I also like how the sides dip in and everything, and it's complemented by the lower ground effect piece. Coming over here, I think we have another new element, and it is in multiple colors on this car, and that is the element that is part of the engine cover right here, as well as right there. I think we also saw that piece on the Bugatti as well. Another interesting new element is the wheels. The tires come separate from the wheels, so they're not dual molded together like we are used to with Speed Champion sets. Now, going over the car for details, everything is black and red. It kind of feels like a toy car because there is no extra colors besides black and red. We got black exhaust, black diffuser, red accents all throughout the rear, black wing, translucent black engine cover, translucent black windscreen with a print. Forgot to mention that print. And then we have red all over the sides, red all over the front, with some black hidden deep in there. Again, we got black hidden over here into the front, and it just goes all throughout the build. There is some color down in here, but that is just to get the car built. Removing the windscreen, we get a look at the interior where we get another sticker element and the steering wheel, and another sticker element in the console. And there's not a lot of detail in here either. Overall, I think this is one of my favorite of the three. I will say the use of all of these small 1x elements and these interesting clips and stuff did make this a kind of a hard thing to build, because the less studs a Lego has to grip onto, the more fragile the Lego becomes, and I'm starting to see a problem with these sets because of that. And with that, guys, that concludes our review of the three cars. Now let's come out and wrap up this video. Wrapping up this video is pretty straightforward. Yes, there is inflation with Speed Champions. No, it did not happen this year. It's been happened for 2 years now, going on 3, or 1 year going on 2, something like that. For the longest time that we're used to paying about $27.99 per Speed Champions car. Is it still a good value? Well, when you compare it to the Hot Wheels Brick Shop, yeah, it's starting to get challenged just a little bit. It's still an under $30 build. They're still super detailed, and they are still really fun to collect. And to recommend them is simple. You're either going to buy your favorite ones or you're going to buy them all. The price is not going to stop you. These sets are just fine. Out of all of these, I really like the Ferrari the most because that did have the most new pieces for me to discover for the first time all over again. Plus, I really love that whole new wheel element that they used on the Ferrari. It just is a whole new different thing for me to do. My least favorite would have to be the F1 car, just because I'm getting a little burnt out on F1 cars. I mean, we've had the Aston, we've had the McLaren, then we had the F1 10-pack. Bro, we're done with race cars. And then they felt the need to do one for the F1 movie. It's cool and all, but I'm not a really big Brad Pitt fan, so yeah, it's just here and existing. And then there's the Bugatti, which comes right in the middle of all three of these so far of what I built to be my favorite. And I like the Bugatti just because of the interesting building techniques to get that weird swooping side that has all the air ducts in the middle and stuff for the brakes and the engine, and God knows how this thing is engineered. These Bugattis are so dang fast. They are a engineering marvel. But as far as Lego engineering, I think they did just fine. I will have to say the wheels on the Bugatti, and I think we're going to see this with a few other of the new ones, implementing the F1 style wheels is kind of chunky, dare I say. It might work, it might match the video game-esque of the car. I am not exactly sure how it all ties in just yet. It's just a little chunky to me with the wheels because they stick out past the body and they seem a little bloated. Good for an F1 car, maybe not so much a Speed Champions car. But I do like all of these cars in their own right because I am trying to collect all Speed Champions cars eventually. I do have 2019 all the way to today, but if we have to choose a favorite, we all know it'd be the Ferrari. So this was the first half. There will be a second half to this video to where we go over the Time Machine, Lightning McQueen, and the McLaren W1, which is the new Halo car from McLaren. Those three I am actually far more excited to actually get into and review. These were just basically knocking the dust off and getting back to being used to doing Speed Champions, I guess. And now we're going to get into the really exciting ones here pretty soon on the channel. But I did want to do these in numerical order. And with that, check them out if you haven't checked them out. They are pretty cool. Definitely go with the Ferrari or the Bugatti out of these three. The F1 movie car, I don't need it. You likely don't either, but that's up to you as a collector. That's all I really have to say for today's video. Cool builds. We're on our way to 2026 with new parts, new wheels, new cars, and that's always going to be exciting. So that's definitely really cool here. If you enjoyed videos like this, please hit the subscribe button to follow along with everything that we do here. As usual, hit the thumbs up, the like button. Drop your comments down below if you checked any of these out, if you built any of them, and what's your feelings about them. I would love to interact with you all about these. Up next on the channel, we're going to be tackling the AT-AT mini scale. So be sure to check that out, because now we're checking out some new 2026 Star Wars. So the awesome newness of 2026 continues from Marvel to the new modular to the new Speed Champions, and now let's see what Star Wars has to bring for the new year in that video. So I hope you check it out. Thank you so much for watching. You all have a good one.